Hey everybody, it's Amy Head with New Perspectives for Life. Today is Thursday, September 11th, 2014. Hope you're doing well on this day and that you've been having a great week. Of course, it is 9/11, and that is something that most of us, if we were old enough to experience the events in our country's history on this day 13 years ago, it's a day that we really can't go through without thinking about those events and everything that happened up in New York and everywhere around there. It's kind of hard to film a video blog on this day and not mention and be aware of all of the events of 9/11, all the people who lost their lives on that day, all the people's families who were affected that day, and really the whole family nation of our country. It's been a very interesting thing kind of watching the days leading up to today as people were anticipating 9/11. You could almost feel some of that anxiety and nervousness and fear come over people this week just in regular conversations as today was approaching, because it had such a traumatic impact in our lives on that day, and even 13 years later it's still so significant, and it always will be. We have things that are going to remain in our hearts and minds for really probably forever. It's just one of those times in our history. Thinking about that and thinking about sharing this time with you today, like I said, it really wasn't possible to think about filming any kind of topic today that didn't have something to do with 9/11. And I guess the resounding thought that kept going through my mind as I was thinking about our time together today is just kind of the thought of resilience, because resilience really is what can be the result of trauma. Trauma can either sort of end things or it can start things anew. And our history in our country is that we don't end. Things have happened to our country, things have happened to our people, things have happened to our soldiers, and we still find a way to go through that and to move through it and to move forward. And that comes down to resilience and the ability to be strong and to push through. We have to do that individually in our own lives, day to day, with different things that go on. It may not, from a global standpoint, be as significant as 9/11, but still, if it's your life and you're going through something, it is significant. And you, at that moment, when you're going through those times, you have the opportunity to either allow that to end things for you, end your hope, end your belief, end your goals, or you have the ability to acknowledge what's going on and to feel the trauma of it, but to be resilient and struggle through it and get through it and get even perhaps to a better place. So I think as I'm reflecting on the events of 9/11 and thinking about that and the impact and everything that it means for us as individuals and as a nation, the thing that keeps coming back to me is this idea of resilience. No matter how low we get in our lives, if we still have life, even if some of those closest to us don't, if we do, we have an opportunity and actually the responsibility to make a decision. Are we going to let and allow the situation end things for us, even just in terms of our mood, our motivation, our belief? Or are we going to allow it to impact us, but to find within us a sense of resilience to move forward? I hope whatever's going on in your life this week, today, as we're going through this as a country, as we're kind of reliving the memories of it and honoring those and remembering all those that suffered through that, I hope this is helpful as you're thinking about you and your personal life. In times of trouble, in times of trauma, perhaps allow those things to lead you toward resiliency, so that then you can move forward and be stronger and be able to do even more and greater things than you were doing before. Thanks so much for joining me today. Amy Head, New Perspectives for Life in Marietta, Georgia. Hope you have a great rest of the day, great start to the weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.